Hey everyone, this is Derek here, and welcome to another exciting video on the new PUBG Mobile 0.7.0 global beta. So yesterday I made a video on the beta detailing all the changes to the user interface, the main menu page. Things have been redesigned to make it a little less cluttered looking. You can see on the top we're running the new beta 0.7.0. On the bottom we're running the current live global version 0.6.1. One of the biggest changes here is that all these drop-down menus have been integrated into this single screen here where you can select what perspective you want to play in, what mode, what map, and all of that. So it's exciting to see that. It's going to take a bit of getting used to, and I'm not entirely sold on the new look yet, but I think that it's going to grow, especially as they continue to add features and the bottom would just become a cluttered mess pretty soon. So today, I'll link that video down below for those of you who haven't seen it yet, but today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be focusing on changes, if there are any changes, in the settings screen. So we're in settings now, and there are some big changes in the controls, the on-screen customizable buttons. So we'll get to those last just because I know there are big changes there and I want to spend some time discussing them. But right now, I think we're just going to go through everything and just look through the menu and see if there are any new options perhaps. And I don't think there are, so you guys can look with me. If I miss anything, definitely let me know in the comments down below. But everything here looks very similar, and that's because a lot of these settings were changed in 0.6.0 and 0.5.0. So they've done a lot of that already, and I think they're almost to the point where they have this figured out and there are no new features to add here at least not for right now. So that looks the same. We'll go down a little bit, take a look there. That looks the same too. First person perspective view on the beta is still able to adjust between 90 or 80 and 103. 90 is the default. So that's your field of view for first person. That's the same, like I said. We'll scroll down here, and you can see that those options there are the same too. We've got some rather odd show outfit, disable, enable, both are selected, so I'm not sure what's going on there, but other than that, everything looks very, very similar. Go ahead, go down to graphics. We'll take a look if Ultra HD exists now. Nope, still coming soon, so I'm going to keep both of these guys on Smooth Extreme, which is 60 FPS, low graphics. No options there that are different. Those all look the same too. So we'll skip over controls because I know that there are some big changes there. Like I said before, driving vehicles, you've got the swap left and right for those guys. Single joystick, that looks the same. Sensitivity, I'm going to be doing a video on sensitivity. I know a number of you have asked about it, what the difference is between ADS and free look, and what all these sliders mean. But all we care about right now are differences between the beta and the live version, and I don't think there are any. So scroll down here, and we've got our gyro for first and third person. Nothing. Nope. Next we'll go to pickup. This looks very similar too. This is something that's going to be changed in the 0.8.0 version, which is probably going to come out in another month or so, and I am so excited about that. But we'll have to wait until that gets released, because then you can customize auto pickup, and oh my gosh, it's going to make it so much more useful. Because I know a lot of people right now turn off auto pickup because it occasionally likes to pick up dumb things. And after the next update to 0.8.0, that will no longer be the case. So audio looks the same too. I don't see any big changes there. Go down to quick chat. The only change I see here is that you can now select your voice for your quick chat. So potentially they'll have like a British dude or something. I don't know. They'll have other voices though. So this should be fun, but I think that pretty much everything else is the same here. I think many of the same options are back as far as what you can say with quick chat. I almost exclusively use just chatting over Discord or the in-game audio. That way it's just easier for me to coordinate with teammates and stuff. So I don't really use these that much, but it's cool to know that they're there. Language is going to be limited just because it's the beta and it's only English or Chinese right now. They haven't translated it yet. And bottom, screen. I don't know what this is because unfortunately I can't read Chinese, but I'd imagine that it's some sort of like about or something, because it looks like those open trailers for Miramar and then maybe the trailer for just PUBG Mobile. So not entirely sure. You can leave in the comments down below what this is, but I don't think it's anything too important. I think it's just a cool screen there, like an about screen or something. So now we'll go up to controls. This is what we care about. These are the big changes. So no changes other than the option for additional voices for those quick chat commands. I couldn't find any other changes. So no, definitely nothing like that to focus on in this update. But here are the changes in the customizable on-screen buttons. So we'll just go through these guys. I'll try to find all the changes. I might miss one or two because there are a lot of them, but basically up here, this is the 0.7.0 global beta. You have more options to customize your user interface than on the bottom screen than you have currently. And the first one is one that I might be most excited about. I know I say that a lot on this channel, but it's an exciting game. And that is this customizable auto run toggle. So basically in the current version, if you want to auto run, you can either push this little button down here, which I should move over here, but I just haven't yet, or you drag this up. And you have to drag it up quite a bit to engage auto sprint or auto run. Many times I get ready to auto sprint and then I don't drag it up quite enough, or I drag it too slow or whatever, and basically my character stops. And I'm like, ah, crud, and then I have to, do it again and try to like exaggerate my movement. It's just not easy. In the Chinese version, which I've been playing for a while now, they've had this since 0.7.0, which came out about a month ago, a little over a month ago now. And what this is it basically customizes the amount of distance you have to move your virtual joystick up before it engages auto sprint. And this is huge. If you find you're triggering it too easily currently, which might be some people, not me, you can actually drag this up, and that means you'll have to drag it further before it engages. If you find that you're having trouble triggering it, like I am currently, instead what I do is I would drag this down, and then I don't have to drag the virtual joystick as far before auto sprint or auto run is engaged. And this is a game changer, because when I do this, it means that there are fewer times when I'm dragging up to engage auto sprint. Maybe I'm using the free look tool, I'm looking around, I want to be just running in a direction, maybe running into the zone or running into a building for cover, and I don't have to worry about accidentally not engaging that. So that is one of the biggest changes. I definitely want to start with that one just because I think it's one of the most game impacting changes, this sprint auto run toggle. It's now customizable. You can see it can go all the way down here. That's a very short stroke of the virtual joystick to engage auto sprint. I'm probably going to leave it right about there, just a little bit more than that. Default is somewhere around here. It's quite far, and then you could go all the way up to the top of the screen if you are having trouble just engaging it all the time when you don't want to. So I think that that is enough on that. Next up, let's take a look at what else we have. Nothing else looks too different there. I think we're going to go ahead. We'll just drag these guys over for now. You can see this is the next. This is something that we've been waiting for a long time. So I think what we'll do is we'll just drag all this stuff over this way. Just bear with me for a second. You can't drag your health bar. That's still not customizable. There's the pistol slot. There's the grenades. So this is something we've been waiting for forever. You can now customize the location of your enemy loot crate opening button. I guess I don't know what to call it, but basically this is the button that appears when you're standing over a corpse and you want to loot their equipment. So the loot crate button is very annoyingly like up here by default, and now we can customize the position of that. Now it's not entirely what I want to see. That is being able to adjust this big box, which is where the loot actually appears, independently of this little button, because I can't really move this too far down here, for example, because now I'm going to be blocking my weapons and my armor and whatever else with the loot. So it's still not perfect, but at least we can move it maybe down this way a little bit, make it a little bit easier to tap that icon. So that is that. Here is this is another new thing. This is your ground pickup. So if you want to pick up items on the ground, you can now move this guy around. This was in a pretty decent spot by default, I think, but if you want to adjust that, especially if you're playing claw, then you can now do that. So this is also the button you push if you want to collapse or expand what's currently on the ground, so you don't have to worry about the, whatever 9mm ammo popping up in an inopportune time while you're trying to snipe somebody. So that is that. I think those are the biggest differences. I think that there are no other guys, right? So everything else is pretty similar. We've got these guys, we've got these guys. So I think that's it. No emote icons, so that's something that, so I kind of talked it up as there are huge changes. I guess there are like 3 changes, but they're big ones, and I think that they'll be very useful in refining how we play the game. But I still want to see the emote button customizable. I'm sure they'll probably do this. It's just a matter of it being in the beta and they haven't implemented it yet. But that would be great because right now it's up here and it's just a pain in the butt up here. So I'm hoping we can just move it somewhere else, because that's one of the few buttons that I do not see even on the global beta as being customizable. So they're slowly moving into a phase of the game where you can customize every on-screen button, which I think is a great idea. I think it would also be very useful to be able to entirely disable buttons you don't want to see. If you don't want any of these options, then it'd be nice to just totally get rid of them. So we'll see that, if that's something they're going to do in the future or not. For now, I think we're just going to go ahead and click reset, bring it back to the default position. You can see that sprint toggle is very high. Like I said, that's very difficult for me to actuate when I want to, and I find myself, just missing it a couple of times, when I tried to, over the course of the game, when I try to engage that toggle. So hopefully this video helped you out. If it did, definitely give this video a thumbs up and share it with your friends. It really helps out the channel and I certainly appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed already, definitely consider doing that now too, for tons more PUBG Mobile content, including videos on the new PUBG Mobile 0.7.0 global beta. So my name's Derek G, and I hope to see you on the battlefield soon, either 0.6.1 or the new 0.7.0 global beta.